Young Sheldon. So I don't know. Are you guys Big Bang Theory fans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To a point.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have said this, and I think I agree. I think it started out with them, like the creators, that is, laughing with the geek culture, and then I think it turned into laughing at
the culture.
Oh, you think so?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of tuned off later seasons because I think it just kind of got too repetitive, maybe, and too low hanging fruit for them to go after. But it was the first of its kind to like the whole geek lore, like basically something that a movie called Free Enterprise did well, which I'd love for you guys to see sometime. Steve and I are going to cover it, I think, eventually for Star Trek Mission Report. But basically, it's swingers, but with geeks. Like, it's not your typical geek who lives in their mom's basement. These people have jobs and they're successful, but they love geek culture, and they're all a part of it, and they devote their time to it. So it was neat to see these guys. They're scientists, and they have apartment, and they collect all these cool things, and they have all these cool references and so on. So I think that was great. But leading into Young Sheldon, had no care in the world for them to have a spinoff. I just didn't see why. But it's been a success. It's been on 7 years, I believe, and it's finally ending. And it's a great show. I think it's a great spinoff show because, I like when spinoffs have their own look and tone,
Yeah.
And they can it's like a different angle of what you've seen before. And so Jim Parsons and Mayim Bialik are returning as Sheldon and Amy for the finale. It's probably going to go, obviously, going forward into time.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to know if it'll be so jarring if they go from Young Sheldon to a sitcom with laugh, Well, I think it's going to be in the same tone. I hope so.
And they've done that before too, I think, with having, Jim Parsons and Mayim Bialik involved.
Yeah.
Well, and it's more of like a flash forward kind of thing. I don't think it's like, I don't think it necessarily like disrupts the tone of the
Have they done it
show.
before?
So they're all voiceovers. So they do from time to time.
Oh, so it might not even be physical.
I don't know if it would actually be a physical.
I see.
Like intro, but at the end of the series it could be.
Yeah.
Which would make more sense. But normally, if somebody's coming back from the Big Bang, it's just a voiceover.
I think it would be really neat,
which they have done in the past. So.
If they bring us to the Big Bang set or wherever Sheldon and Amy went to, because I didn't follow it to the end. I'm meaning to get back to it, but I think it would be neat if the tone didn't change. It was like just a different angle for the Big Bang. You didn't have the audience. You just had like.
Yeah, I don't think you need to have like the laugh track.
Yeah,
and all
if they
that
do
stuff.
a live action of them returning, I don't know if they will or not. But there also is going to be another spinoff involving Sheldon's brother on the show, Georgie, and his wife, Mandy, with their children. Jerry O'Connell played an adult version of Georgie. But yeah, this will be starring Montana Jordan and Emily Osment, which is Haley Joel Osment's sister.
Oh, wow.
She was in Spy Kids 2 through however many they made. They're cute. They still make them, but that's great. I think that'd be cool. I imagine it'll be the same look and feel maybe for Young Sheldon, or maybe it'll be maybe they'll go back to a traditional sitcom, with what do they call it, three camera sitcom with a live audience. I don't know,
because normally they don't like, they'll do like offshoots and stuff like that, but I've never seen it like so. Like have such different a continuity to it.
Oh, yeah. Well, and what sucks is, Sheldon always talked about his father dying, but now his father, and it's like, it really sucks because it's like, you got to kill him now?
The weird thing is that it almost feels like if you watch Big Bang, so his father does have an episode before he becomes his father, where he's one of...
Oh, the actor you're talking about.
The actor.
Yeah, he was a bully, wasn't he?
He plays a bully.
Yeah.
And it's just like, so how did he become... And then it's just like, oh, they really liked him, so plug him in.
Yeah.
I've seen... I think what got me on to Young Sheldon, I still haven't seen the show all the way through, but I've seen like funny clips they put together. One's with Georgie's... Or a friend of one of the kids. Her stepdad comes to get her, and I guess he's abusive or something.
Yeah.
Did you've seen it then?
Yeah.
He comes to the door and he's like, you got a problem or something? Yeah. He's like, okay. And then he punched him. He's like, yeah, the cops will be coming here soon. And
I think tone wise, the two shows are so totally different.
But they're funny too, because there's a barbecue recipe which Meemaw was like keeps giving the wrong recipe, and it's so
Sheldon remembers it all because he's got a photographic memory.
Yes. But the dad's like doing all these weird things with the meat, and it's just for like just to see if he would do it, and like he's talking to it and stuff.
Well, I love that they got Laurie Metcalf's daughter to play Sheldon's mom.
It's perfect.
Which
is, it's really
awesome.
Cool. Yeah, it's
that
really
was a cool nod.
She's a great actress, I think, and that's just. I mean, I'm sure she had to audition for the part, but that's something you can't just like this is what's going to be. Your daughter's going to play you, but Chuck Lorre is still producing the spinoff series, and the finale of Young Sheldon will be May 16th. So, I need to watch that. I am happy for its success, and it's done something different than Big Bang. I think people needed that change too, and I think didn't they coexist for a little bit?
For a short time, yeah. And the thing of it is that Big Bang could have still continued, but what's his face? Jim Parsons wanted to exit. So
because he was going to be typecast,
and
already is kind of. I mean,
And if you watch the end, like the end episode, have you ever seen the end?
No, go ahead and tell me though, unless Bill cares.
I haven't seen it either, but you can go ahead.
All right, so. You remember how he always wants to win a Nobel Prize?
Yeah.
So he finally wins.
Yeah. I have seen that.
So he finally wins, and as he's giving his acceptance speech, it almost sounds like a personal note to say that he's sorry to the other actors for wanting to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it gets super, super emotional, and it's kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Right.
But I will say this for him, though, like, it was hard for me to, like, separate Jim Parsons from Sheldon Cooper.
Yeah.
Yes. But then, like, I forget what movie it was that he was in. It was a more recent one. I can't remember, but it was like played a very serious kind of.
He played an attorney in something,
role.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, I think so. I can't.
I know you're talking about. I can't recall it, but yeah,
like he was just phenomenal.
Yeah,
I was like, man, he could.
It is hard now because
act his ass off, but
because if you take Sheldon out of it, he is capable of doing so much more. Like you don't have that distraction. I mean, he obviously already is capable, but
and it's the same thing for me with like Matt LeBlanc. Yeah, when he was. Granted, I don't ever really talk much about that movie, but
Lost in Space.
Yeah, it was like when he was in that, it was like, oh, it's Joey in space.
Yeah,
basically, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I mean, he was more stoic, but I mean, obviously, that's such a distraction. And later on, I think he got more attention again for playing himself, like a fictional version of himself on some show. Yeah. But my first introduction to Jim Parsons was Garden State, Zach Braff's first movie.
Yeah,
and obviously, totally. Different character, but now you've seen him as Sheldon. It's weird to go back, and it's kind of hard to take it. It's like
weird not to see him as that like tall, lanky dork with the green line.
Right.
Something.
Yeah, for sure. But I totally get it. I mean, Big Bang was on for over 10 years, so I mean, I remember Steph and I were just newly married when it came on, and we had our first apartment, and that was comforting to have a nice sitcom like that on. It was like perfect timing because Iron Man came out like in 2008, and everything just started clicking, you can wear geek stuff again. And because, I wouldn't wear anything before that because I was an adult. And but now it's like,
oh, grow up.
Everyone can just wear what the fuck they want to wear. So, and like what they want to like. And it's fashionable, I guess.